Hello, how are you? Welcome. This is the readings for the weekend. And it's all signs of the zodiac. If you know your chart, like all the placements in your chart, then you might be able to resonate with, a few of the messages. I hope your week's been going okay. I've had quite a lot going on in the matrix lately. I did share recently about my daughter getting diagnosed autistic, and it's been hard sort of getting her into school. She's at secondary school, and here in England, and it's been quite hard getting her into school because of, it's just really hard when you don't fit into the box of, I don't know what you might call normal. I don't think any of us in this soul family are, strictly speaking, normal. I think, obviously nobody's really normal in a sense, but there are those of us that seem to have slightly more difficulty, and so it's kind of a blessing when you can find your own way of life, isn't it? Like me, working from home like this. It's a real blessing to work with spirit and work from home, and hopefully you're part of this soul family, because if you resonate with this channel a lot and you watch it a lot, that means we're sort of part of a similar vibration, which is a soul family. And it's like, I think we are at a point where most of us have found more of the right way of life for us, but there's probably still areas in our life that still need a little bit of tweaking, because we're probably still a little bit out of alignment with some of the things we're doing, and that's just a reflection of where we still haven't completely connected with our true self. So we've got like the false self identity, and that's that's the mask that we wear when we go out, the super ego, if you like, and that is kind of what we're trying to move away from and just really be the true self, so that we can manifest things that are really meant for us. So that's why I bring the ego and all of that into the readings quite a lot, and that's how I work, because it is the most effective thing in my experience. So yeah, being autistic or having other things that you sort of have to deal with, I mean, we've all got different things in this soul family that we're dealing with. It just makes dealing with the matrix that little bit harder, but in another way it strengthens you, because you if you know you're a bit different from the people around you, it does strengthen you in a way, because once you really get to the true self of who you are, you realise that you're not like other people. You might be more resilient, you might be more independent, you might not need the same things other people need. So there can be a power that comes with it as well. There's definitely a power, definitely in this soul family. So it's uncovering all of that, and it's the uncovering part of it that feels painful, and a lot of the time we see it as something to do with a relationship is causing us pain, or memories are causing us pain, but it's really symbolic that it's the pain that we're feeling because we're not really in the true self. And that's what that awakening journey is all about for us on this channel. And I know most of you know what I'm talking about. So, but the great thing is, the younger generations are a lot more real and a lot more authentic. I think there's less super ego with a lot of them, because they're just much more evolved, and they just say if they can't do things, they're much more open. Whereas I think in the older generations, I'm 43, there was such a pressure to conform and be seen as normal, and there was a lot of shame around admitting, mental health or physical health problems, and it's about breaking down those barriers inside us and becoming the real people that we actually are. So I've got my goddess mug today. I thought it goes quite nicely with my purple hairband and my purple nails. I've got decaf coffee, And I've also got a bit of orange squash here. Because I always get thirsty when I'm reading, don't I? So, yeah, so I am sending you lots of love and peace, because it isn't easy dealing with the matrix. But all the things that we find hard are just helping reveal to us where we're not being truthful with ourselves, or we're not seeing clearly. You know, we haven't got the level of consciousness yet to see clearly, and then pow, that you have that awakening, and it's like, it's amazing. So let's go into the readings, and maybe these readings hopefully will help you with what you're awakening to at the moment and what you're going through. So we'll start off with Taurus. Ooh, Taurus for Friday and the weekend. Okay, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Okay, so there is something here to do with divine timing. So hang in there. You might be getting a sense of that now, actually, that there is a reason why. And it is so true that all relationships are a reflection of a relationship with ourselves. So the more intimate you're now getting with yourself, you know, there is a divine time for you with your partner. If you're in a relationship, perhaps there's a divine time happening this week, this weekend. I'm using a different deck, by the way. I forgot to introduce that. I'm using this deck today. Haven't used it in ages, but I bought the larger size for it, so I can use... But I already had a smaller version, so I bought a bigger version. Right, so let's see what we've got for Taurus for the weekend. So it's worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. You've been taking some time out, and you've been in a lot of solitude. Okay? And that is very wise. This card always leads to wise action. It is wisdom. And it's helping you become more stable. And it's helping you cultivate a more solid foundation. And it's leading you towards a milestone in your life, that you're having this solitary time, or this time to yourself. Okay, and what's going on over the weekend? You have got the purging card. I know you might want to slap me for that, but all this means is that you do have to honour this time, because you are shedding the old skin. You are shedding the old identity that is not you. All right, and as part of this soul family, what we've done is, like I said in the introduction, we've had more difficulties to contend with than perhaps some people we knew. Okay, and because we've had more difficulties to deal with than some of the people that were around us, we had to build up a sort of like a false identity, if you like. It was like a mask that we wore, you know, and that's what kind of all human beings do, but we did it to the point where it was sort of becomes unconscious, and we start to think that that's the person we are, but you're not. You're in an amazing situation at the moment where you're going through this process of shedding your old skin, you know, and taking more wise actions for yourself. So although it may be a very intense time for Taurus in this soul family at the moment, it's a very worthwhile time. Just see what's going on with your person. You've got somebody here who is struggling. Okay, they are struggling. This person is struggling to keep their vibration at a high level. Okay, they've got the Magician reversed. It's like they're sort of shutting down from the higher powers. And they've got the Devil cards. This person is quite stuck. You can't really help this person, unfortunately. Now, that must be being shown to you for a reason. You know, that person is like a physical manifestation of the ego in yourself that you are trying to now eradicate, if you see what I mean. The old identity that you are now letting go of, because you'd rather be your true self. that person that you're seeing who is very stuck and they tend to slip into a low vibration, they could be addictive, or they could be very stuck, or they could be controlling. That person is just kind of a physical manifestation of the old identity that you used to have on yourself, where you used to be controlling of yourself, where you used to maybe be a bit addictive or stuck. Do you see what I mean? So there's a process by which Spirit is showing you you're letting go of that. And that person who I'm describing, who is a reflection of who you used to be, you know, perhaps they're phasing out of your life as well, or perhaps something's going to happen with that connection. We don't know yet. Oh, I haven't got your other deck. Sorry, just a sec. Oh dear, that wasn't very organised of me, was it? Sorry. I do that with Taurus, don't I, sometimes? Hopefully you don't mind and you sort of hang in there. I'll just have another sip of my coffee now. So we'll just see what your person's thinking, all right? Let's see what they're thinking. I am more emotional than I show. So this person is not obviously coping. I mean, they're obviously not coping, you know, and you can see they're not coping. You sense that they're more emotional than they would show. And again, that's just a reflection of yourself anyway. And so that's why they say everybody is your guru. It's amazing, really, when you start to sort of really see it like that. So let's see what your spirit guides are helping you with, Taurus. Meerkat, get support from a trusted group of like-minded friends. So there you go. Spirit is guiding you towards people who are going to be more like-minded, you know, like your soul family, you know, like this channel might be to you. I'm not saying it is for everyone, but if you do watch this channel quite a lot and you do feel like you resonate with it, and the way I do the readings is a bit different, you know, it's like, you know, you're not alone. We are an awakening, evolving consciousness, which is what Eckhart Tolle talks a lot about. And that's the process you're going through. So this weekend might seem a bit like, oh my God, this kind of intense. But, you know, you're seeing a lot of positive shifts. You really are. You know you're making better choices for yourself. You know you're releasing this old identity of yourself because you don't want to be that person anymore. You know it's not you. And you know you've been making choices previously that weren't very wise, that weren't your true alignment. And you're observing someone in your reality who's quite stuck and depressed. But you know they're not really coping, and you know they do have a good heart really deep down, and they're probably more emotional than they show, and they could be controlling and stuff like that. But you know, it's, you know now, it was just Spirit's way of showing you what needed to go from yourself, you know. So you're getting drawn to more like-minded people the more you're drawing to yourself as your real self, Taurus. And so you've probably got some lovely friends or maybe a partner, something like that materialising for you. Spirit's helping bring that in, because they are saying that the divine timing is working through your love life, you know, and about, you know, like-minded friends. So something's going on for Taurus energetically. You know, you're going to be attracting more like-minded people or a partner who's more like-minded. And you're just going through quite an intense awakening at the moment. So you've got my hugs. Because I am too, so. And I do have Taurus in my chart. So, there we go. Right. Let's go into... I'm just going to get out another piece of paper, actually. Hang on a sec. Okay, so we're going to go into Virgo next. Pick your relationship card. Have a drink quickly, sorry. Okay. Virgo for the weekend. Virgo. Ooh, true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Oh, how lovely. So you got the true love card there. This can mean something very special about how you're feeling about yourself. You know, we are a soul family, and I've got Virgo in my chart as well, and we're learning to be in our power, you know, more centered, not so much in the mind, but to just be real, be authentic, and, you know, be in the moment more rather than criticising ourselves or criticising our lives, and being more satisfied with things. So there's something special going on for you at the moment, Virgo. You're getting to know your true self. You're starting to actually love yourself more and more every day. You're moving into the vibration of love, and you could be manifesting a new relationship. We've got a new deck today, by the way. Whether it's a new relationship or, you know, your current relationship could be improving. Oh, you have got the Two of Cups. Oh my God, you've got the Ace of Cups. There's something going on with Virgo in this soul family today. This is so lovely. It's like falling in love with yourself. It's like reunification with your true self, okay? That card, Two of Cups, is the reunion card. So reunification in the self obviously means really getting to know yourself as you really are, not a mask that you're portraying to other people. And I think a lot of us in this soul family have done that, unfortunately, because we've had more problems to contend with than others. And I don't mean that in a egoic way. I mean, it sounds egoic, but we have had a lot to deal with in this soul family, right? So we've had to build up a coping identity, if that makes sense. And that identity is fading away, and the true self is coming back, you know, and that's why this is Awakening Tarot. Like, your level of consciousness is going up very quick, and you're probably noticing a lot of things about yourself that you couldn't really see before. It is giving you this beautiful new spiritual awakening and this new journey to go into your future with, you know, with more self-love, knowing yourself. It's easier even to love other people when you're in that space, because once you understand yourself and can see who you really are with all the different parts of yourself, you know, the crazy parts and things, it is easier to love others, because you know, we can understand what it all means. So I think I'm being tested. I don't know why they're doing that. The builders have gone. Sorry about this. I don't know if they're going to start up again. I don't want to stop the reading because it's so beautiful for Virgo. Sorry about that. Let's pick a card for your person. This is... something's going more successful here. You know, it's like there's some kind of spiritual connection between you and something else in your life. It's either a person or a situation that's meant for you, Queen of Cups. You know, that card is about intuition, and it's about being on a psychic level with somebody. It's the very spiritual level that you're on with somebody, or a spiritual level that you're on with a situation in your life. You know, like when you just feel like your purpose is finally aligning. To just go and have a look what that is, sorry. working in here. It's quite loud. Is the noise going to keep happening? Because I'm filming. How long does it take? That loud?
Just squeeze some holes in. It will be about 20 minutes.
Okay, because I'm right in the middle of filming, so it's a bit awkward. The timing's terrible. Yeah, you could have just knocked on my door to tell me, because I just started filming and I've just wasted 20 minutes now. People, they're just so, they're going to be doing that for 20 minutes. I'm going to try to push on. I'm going to try to push on, but if it's too bad, then I'll have to stop and start again. They just didn't even think to knock on my door to warn me that it's going to be that loud, which I think is quite rude. Okay, so basically, your person or your situation is meant for you, and it's like you both know it, but there's been confusion here. Somebody has been undecided or confused, or the situation hasn't been aligning, but what you've got for this weekend is success. So something that's, it's strange, it's like a gut feeling where you know, I don't know how loud that is, where you know you're meant for each other, you know you're aligned, but or you know the situation's meant for you, and then then it got confused, or there's like two choices or a dilemma, or just something's not right, something wasn't happening, a delay, and then now it looks like success. So let's you know, because I had this all over the summer. If you watch the channel a lot, you'll know what I mean. And it's not good for my channel to be putting videos out when there's disruption like this. So I did do a lot less videos over the summer for that reason. But, you know, it's weird because most of the builders have left now. But you get into like a zone when you're dealing with working in a very busy environment like that. And it's like, you know, because I'm very sensitive. I know a lot of you are, and it's like I've calmed down lately. Like I've been able to centre myself in my work and be more gentle how I actually really do work. So it's quite hard now. Knowing that's coming on, I feel like I've got to talk more loudly, and it's not really me. Okay, somebody's saying, can you accept me as I am? I don't want to give up on this message because it's so beautiful. I mean, I just haven't seen such a lovely Virgo reading in ages. You've got the True Love card, you've got the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups. You've got somebody here with the Queen of Cups. It's a situation or a person that's really meant for you, that's gone through a difficult patch. And it looks like this situation is now going to move into a sort of area of success. And then this situation is saying, can you accept me as I am? Right, what's your spirit guide saying? You have to say a little prayer for me. Working through this. Take some time out for your usual life and spend it in solitude. Okay, you've got the snow leopard. So your spirit guides are advising you to take your time. Something really, really beautiful is happening for Virgo at the moment. I do feel like you're having a lot of realizations about yourself and what is right for you, and who you really are, and you're shining. And where you're shining out, you are attracting a situation that is very fulfilling. And it could be a situation or a relationship. But they are definitely saying to be in solitude and to remember that that is like where you're doing all your main work, all your main discovery. And that's what's making the difference. That's what's making this situation finally happen, you know? So I hope that makes sense. And I do apologise for the noise and having to get up. You probably heard what I said to that guy. I didn't swear at him, but... Oh. Right, so that's Virgo. Right, it's 24 minutes in and we've only done 2 star signs. It's ridiculous. I think this could be a long one. He said they're going to be doing it for 20 minutes, so... Okay. It's what they're doing is they're drilling in the loft. And the loft is outside my flat. I wonder if I can shut the bathroom window. Hang on a minute, let me just do that. If I don't know if it's still open. Oh, no. No, it's not. I was thinking if the bathroom window's open, that might be making it noisier, but it's not. There's no windows open. I shut them because it was cold, didn't I? Right. Oh dear. Send me love. I'm sending you love. Just shows you what it's like. This is the reality. There's no point in me re-recording it, is there? Because this is the reality of what it's like in the Matrix. We just have to crack on. Okay, so this is for Capricorn for the weekend. Okay, and I apologise if you hear noise. We'll just stop and start as we go along. Flirt. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. Okay, interesting. So something here to do with flirting. Okay, and a light-hearted energy, which is nice. Let's see what else we're getting for you. Oops. Now, you do have, sorry about this. It's not going to go on forever. You do have the Ten of Swords, okay, in the challenge position. Right, this card, in the challenge position, it's difficult for something to be over, okay? There is something that doesn't seem to want to end, if you like, all right? It's a strange feeling that I'm getting with this. And you're trying to be more careful. You've got the Page of Swords, okay? You're being more careful with your energy. You're being more careful about that situation, and you're watching it. And you're thinking, what is going on, you know? And you might be thinking lots of different things, actually. But you're watching that situation. And you've got here the Five of Swords, right? This is about you taking your power back over the weekend. You are regrouping. And that's important, okay? It's important because you're thinking about, what am I going to get at the end of all of this, you know? And what is it that I actually do really want right now? What is my actual priority? And you're realising that your priority is yourself. So there may be this flirting going on, but underneath it all, there's quite a serious journey for you. It's not really about this flirting or this situation that's kind of like, is it or isn't it, or what have you. It's actually about you learning, you watching yourself, you being more careful with your energy, and you taking your power back and really prioritizing yourself and what your journey is. Okay, so let's pick a card for your person. A couple of cards. Okay, they've got the Fool to the Star. They've got the Fool to the Star. This is massive. Your person is on some kind of ride at the moment. They are a bit scared, okay, with the Fool card. They are excited, but they are scared. They do have the Star card, which indicates your person is much more aligned. Sorry, nothing I can do. I've got to just keep going. You know, your person is more aligned. They are moving more towards their wishes fulfilled. But it's very early days. This is extremely early days. Okay. So let's see what your person is sort of thinking. Oh my God. This is going to make you laugh. I have a lot of sexual thoughts about you. Okay, now if this is, you know, disregard that. If this is a situation, a platonic situation, or, you know, say like with a family member or a friend, or it's to do more with work, you know, some other, or health, I don't know, it could be anything. There's obviously somebody or a situation that is kind of doing its own thing at the moment, quite honestly. It looks like it's doing its own thing. It's very early days. It looks like it's doing quite well, okay? but it is this situation or this person is thinking about you or is somehow still, it's either this idea or this situation or this person is still flirting with you. It's still kind of toying with you, or it's still interested, okay? But you are taking your power back. You are being more careful, and you are really thinking about what is my priority, and that's the best way to align. Let's see what your spirit guides are saying. Okay. Face your problems head on with confidence and courage, and you will emerge victorious. I'll read it again. Face your problems head on with confidence and courage. You will emerge victorious. Yes, Capricorn, you will. You are very determined. When a Capricorn is determined, you know, get out of their way, basically. You know, your spirit guides are helping you to deal with this with confidence and courage. You're going to be victorious. You're in the process of taking your power back. You know, you're going to be moving ahead more smoothly. You are being more careful with your energy. You're well aware of this situation with this person or this situation as it stands. It is early days for that situation, and I think that situation is somehow still connected to you, I want to say, from what the cards are saying. All right, so just keep doing what you're doing at the moment. That's what the cards are saying. I know that is probably quite testing, but this is making you spiritually much more in your power by forging ahead, you know, and doing what you need to do. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And I do apologise about the noise. Oh, it's going to start up again. They said it would be about 20 minutes drilling in the loft. It's not my loft, it's outside the flats. But had they knocked on my door before they started, then I wouldn't have started with this. It's making it take longer. Right, never mind. Never mind. What can you do? What can you do? Right, Aquarius, the star. Let's go into your reading. I say the star because you are the star in the tarot. So let's see what we get for Aquarius. Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith, okay? So that you're really, I know fact, Aquarius is getting tested to extremes at the moment, okay? And it is really not easy for you. So that is the first message, calling for you to have faith. Spirit is closer to you than you may think. The first card to come out is actually the Magician, and you do have the High Priestess, okay? You are moving into your mastery, okay, Aquarius? You are having to deal with a lot, but it's one step at a time. That's what they're showing me, okay? Because we've got 4 cards come out. I'm only supposed to pick 2. They're saying to me, your journey is actually going to go very well. It is going to go well, and it's going to keep improving. Whatever it is you're dealing with at the moment that is calling for you to have faith. But it is one step at a time, one stage at a time is what they're saying to me. Okay, so you're going to be keeping your vibration high. This is what you've been really working on, and that's major. That's really good because it's not easy for any Aquarius in this soul family to keep their vibration high all the time. I don't think it is for any of us. But Aquarius in this soul family, you know, that is quite a hard thing that you're doing, and you're slaying it lately. And you've got the High Priestess. There is still things to be revealed. You know, it's like you get to the weekend and you'll be like, you're feeling more positive. You're feeling more faith and trust. You're starting to feel a bit more reassured and relaxed on whatever it is you're working with at the moment in your life, whatever big challenge it is. And what they're doing is they're drilling little holes. So I just have to kind of stop when they make that noise. So now, so you're basically, you're getting more faith. You are getting more faith and more trust by the weekend. You're going to be feeling a bit more centered. You're also feeling quite private, like you just need to keep things to yourself a little bit. You're also kind of probably going to be waiting for more information to come out, okay? So there's a hell of a lot going on. Let's see what's going on for your person. But what I want to say is, I got 2 more cards come out, which indicate to me that you're going to be very soon in a situation where you're feeling much more grounded, much more confident, really thinking clearly and rationally, more motivated and energized again, and more mature, basically, from what you've been going through. So, you know, and that's all the steps that are to come. But in terms of like the next few days, you've Spirit saying, you know, you have been keeping your vibration high. You've been doing really well at that. And over the weekends, you might need some time for quietness. You are going to be feeling a bit more trusting, a bit more, you know, relaxed, but also just more tuned into yourself, which is very beautiful. And honouring yourself and taking some time to do things that you need to do. But yes, it does look like there's more to be revealed. Let's see what your person's thinking. You've got somebody here with the Death card to the 8 of Swords. There's somebody here that is going through a major transformation, okay? I hope you can hear me when I'm doing this. They've just recently gone through some sort of major transformation, all right? And it's like an ending as well. So either this person's going through a transformation, probably both, all right? There could be information coming out about this person, about them going through some kind of change or transformation, or it's like a revealing of who they really are. And this person might still feel a bit stuck mentally, like they might not feel fully out of this situation yet. But, you know, I am being shown here with the Death card some kind of ending, something coming to an end for them. And so that signifies a new beginning. But they might still not quite believe it yet, or they might still not be quite there yet. But it is happening. Okay. Let's have a look at, there's like a new beginning for them that will be more authentic, more real. Everyone will know, or the right people will know what they need to know about this person. You know, I feel like the right action is going to be taken. This person shouldn't worry. We don't want this person to worry or be scared or be fearful, because I think this is a very natural thing that's happening that was predestined to happen. And Spirit is definitely saying, have trust and faith. Everything is going to work out okay. Somebody is sorry for what they said or what they did. You know, they might be blaming themselves, or they might be struggling in some way. But I think they are. I think this person or this situation is struggling in some way. But Spirit is sort of saying, be patient, because this is all going to be sorted out or improve. And what you've got here, your spirit guides, you've got the dog. Your loyalty and faithfulness is misplaced by serving too many masters. I don't really need to obviously expand on that very much, but I will obviously say that Spirit is reminding you to, you are the guru. You are your own guru. Your truth, that is your guru, okay? So that is your master. And your spirit guides are helping you to align to your priority, okay? So quite an amazing reading there for Aquarius this weekend. I thought that was quite amazing. Shame about the noise in the background, but there we go. I can't believe when that started up, because they've got rid of all the scaffolding, you know. They've done all the roofs, they've done everything really. The only thing they haven't finished is the flooring, I think, but they've done all the drilling in the flooring. So I just couldn't believe it when that started up. And they've already been in my loft. Oh, you don't need to know all this, but they already went in my loft to do insulation. But that's probably what they're doing up there now. It's for fires, you know, to protect from fires. Okay, so let's go into Gemini. I might have to go and get a little crackle in a minute. Right, so this is Gemini, and I'm sorry about the noise in the background. I thought all the builders had gone, but they just started up again. It hopefully won't take up the whole reading, but I do apologise. Right, now you've got the card Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So, oh, sorry, I'm covering up the little picture there. So they are passionate. You know, there is something to do with Gemini's energy becoming more passionate over the weekend. And you feeling much more aligned. It's like, yes, I am finally being me. I am finally living my life. It is major for you at the moment. You might be breaking some sort of karmic pattern. You might be making some sort of massive leap forward in terms of being your true authentic self. You know, that's what this channel is all about. This is what, if I say, you know, we're a soul family, those of you that book in or watch the channel a lot, because we're on a similar vibration. We're going through a similar thing, which is we've been through our shadow work, but we're now doing even more, I would say, I don't know, it's like the next level of shadow work. Do you know what I mean? It's like really starting to, not just shadow work about certain parts of ourselves, or certain desires we had, but now it's like shadow work about even just perceiving yourself as other people see you, and that being quite a shock. And that's been happening with me lately, and I've got Gemini in my chart. So you've got here the Temperance card. Now that is a very healing energy. Okay, that is healing. It's also like apologising to yourself, perhaps, you know, apologising to yourself. Self-forgiveness is probably a better way of putting it. I don't always say the right words. And it's like more harmonious. You're more at peace within yourself. And you've got the Death card, which means there is an ending, and there could be like an old part of your identity dying off, or you could be going through a transformation whereby you know the way forward is going to be very different to how things were before. So this is two major arcana cards, Gemini. Let's see what your person is thinking. You've got somebody here who had a dilemma, who was very stuck, or they couldn't see clearly. They may have been very, very confused, obstructed, not knowing what to do, you know, and that is quite a difficult time. And it's usually because somebody isn't being authentic with themselves, you know. And here, look, moving forward, finally. This person's making progress now. They're moving forward now, and they're moving towards a brighter light. There's still more to be revealed to this person, and the next 2 weeks probably will be key in that. Let's see what your person's thinking. I am affected by cosmic and collective energies. Okay. So it's a sensitive person. And that's often, you know, like we're a soul family, like I said, and we know we're very sensitive on this channel. You know, we're all very sensitive, and when you're very sensitive, it is quite frightening it can feel quite frightening. It's not really frightening, but it's to the inner child part of us. It's quite scary, you know, to really like see something about ourselves and our truth, and it's like your person's been scared, but they're not scared anymore. They're moving forward, okay? So you're moving forward. You're going through this transformation and this healing process, and you're done with a chapter of your life. You're done with something that you were doing and you're like, it's just not me anymore. And it's making you feel more passionate about life again. Let's see what your spirit guides are helping you with. Gemini. Gilbert's fast asleep snoring. I don't know how. Naturally. Shark. Trust your instincts to discern the truth of the situation. Wow. Well, if that's not Gemini energy, I don't know what is. Trust your instincts to discern the truth of the situation. So, yeah. Your spirit guides are helping you to awaken to your truth. It's very similar to what's going on with your person, by the way. Whoever that person is has definitely started to realise certain things, and now they're able to move forward. And there is more passion and happiness for you, Gemini, this weekend. You know, and it's like, I don't know, I think it's getting less scary for Gemini to do whatever it is you're doing right now. So I'm pleased for you. Yay. Thanks for your patience in that message, because it's a bit loud. I'm going to go into Libra next. I just can't believe it, because you think, oh God, you're finally working in peace and you're getting in the flow of spirit after 3 months of so much noise around me. And then it starts off again. Oh dear. The physical reality, constant challenge, isn't it? In so many ways. And that's why it's so important to just connect to self. That's got to be our priority every day. Connect to self, connect to self. Otherwise, it's you just get too caught up in the aggravation. That's the samsara, isn't it? So, right, we're going to go into Libra. Unrequited love. There is not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Now, I always start off with the relationship with ourselves first. So I'm going to say to you, Libra, I'm going to just take the leap and say it, that I feel this is to do with you realising that there's been a part of yourself you were portraying and it's not really who you are. You know, I've got loads of Libra in my chart and I'm going through this at the moment. And it's like finally realising, oh my God, this isn't me, this character or this way that I've been. And also some of my desires weren't really mine. I thought they were, but it was unrealistic. It wasn't really me. It wasn't something that I would really want or need, but I just thought it was because I was in a bad place and I couldn't see clearly who I really am. Okay, so hopefully you're relating to that. Also, there could be like a simple situation, I want to say, like very simple, that it's just not clicking with something. And it doesn't even have to be a relationship I'm talking about here. I'm talking about like you might have set up to meet somebody or you might have set up to do something and it's not really going to go ahead. Okay, because the vibe's just not right. Let's go into what else we're getting here. Yeah, you've got the Six of Wands. Spirit is showing that you've been a lot more successful lately. You know, you've been a lot more successful, but also the character that you were portraying, the part of yourself that you were showing people, the mask that you were wearing, we all do it. And often Libras can do it because we want people to be happy. We are very peaceful, harmonious people. We want others to be happy, but then that actually ends up making us feel conflicted. So, you know, it's like there's still some struggles or some conflicts within you. Even though you know things are actually going along a lot better than they were. So now any conflicts that you are feeling, either with somebody else or with yourself, they are conflicts that you're going to get through more easily than you may imagine. Your person is quite cold here. They've predominantly been cold. They've predominantly been sort of too rational, almost, if you like. But things tend to go in your favour regardless. This person or situation would probably favour you regardless. So it's a bit silly, really, but anyway. And then they've got the King of Pentacles for this weekend. So you could experience more generosity from somebody this weekend. You could find them to be more warm. You could also find them to be a bit more centered and less in their head over analysing things. It's like there's somebody in your life that is coming more into acceptance of you, and you know, you may still have some conflict about it or stuff like that, but I think you're going to get over that quite easily, really. I think you're more interested, honestly, in your own personal growth right now. So it's like, I mean, some of you may even have two different people you're thinking about, you know, a colder one and a more trustworthy one. I mean, for me, I'm reading it as to be the same person, who's kind of, I feel, being a bit kinder and stuff, but you may still be just focusing on your own. I just feel like focusing on your own journey, and it's like you're still unraveling so much stuff about yourself. It's unbelievable. You know, and it's not easy for you. It does feel like there are challenges you keep having to navigate at the moment. Yeah, there is loyalty here from somebody. And don't forget, it can also be collective energy. It doesn't have to just be one person. So the energy generally has been a bit cold, but still going in your favour. But it feels like the energy around you warming up, getting a bit more genuine. There's a bit more being offered and brought to the table for you. It feels like things are stabilising in your life. There's the card here, I'm ignoring other people. Let's have a look at what your spirit guides are supporting you with. Oh, it's lovely when they stop drilling. Can you see it's taken an hour to record this far, and I've still got half of them to go. It's really slowed me down. Oh dear. Weasel, okay. Your spirit guides are saying, this is their advice, be silent, pay attention, and simply observe with your ears, your eyes, and your physical feelings what is happening inside and all around you. Yeah. I think you're making a decision on something that you don't want to go ahead. I think that is very likely. That could just be one little issue there. But I think you're just so zoned into where you're at, Libra, and you're so zoned into your journey and how you're evolving, and that's your priority, and you are having to deal with quite a lot right now, but you're putting in so much good work, and I feel like Spirit is saying well done, and I feel like Spirit is sort of rewarding you now, because I feel like you're going to see over the weekend, like the next few days, it's like, oh, nice situations happening for you, you know, and that's nice to see. But it's because you've really been prioritizing doing the right thing and sticking with the right energy. So it'd be interesting to see what materializes. You know, someone in spirit is helping you to be more tuned in to energies and situations, and just be more honest when you don't resonate with something, which is nice, because it's not easy for Libras in this soul family to do that usually. So there we go, that's Libra. Right, we're going to go into Leo next. And I keep getting such lovely messages for Leo in this soul family. And there is drilling going on, I'm really sorry. It might interrupt, but I will just try to push forward with the readings. They didn't warn me before they started, so I'm just riding with it, because, you know, it's just the way the matrix is. Okay, heart-to-heart conversations, Leo. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Yeah, I keep saying I keep getting love. There's heart-to-heart. You know, if you're not in a relationship right now, Leo, I don't think it will be very long before you are in one. If you're not looking for one, you're going to be in a much more emotionally fulfilling life situation very soon. You know, it's like your intimacy with yourself. It's like you're getting to know yourself on a whole nother level, and it's just so wonderful. And now you've done that, some of you could even be getting to know somebody else on a whole nother level, and it feels so wonderful. It's so nice. Okay. But you how can you meet that one true person that's meant for you until you meet your one true self? It's so nice. Okay, Leo. Yeah, you've spent a lot of time alone. Hermit. This is what you were doing. You've been spending so much time alone. Observing, 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 learning, creating a more higher mindset with the Hermit card. And now, this next few days, this weekend, Three of Pentacles, it's like, you know what you're doing next. You've already chosen. You know the path. And now you feel like more aligned, and it's like starting to build momentum here. And there's a sense of working together. There's a sense of cooperation, which is nice. Whether that be in your personal life or your work life. It's feeling good. This is very good alignment here. There was blocks, 8 of Wands reversed. There may have still been a lot going on, but it could have been extremely challenging with that 8 of Wands in reverse position. It was like, oh my God, just always so many things I have to sort out and deal with. And then the Chariot arrives. The Chariot arrives. And that is so lovely, because that is things starting to progress forward in a very good, balanced way. And so it does look like the situations in your life are clearing up, and everything's starting to move in a way better direction. Yeah, and that doesn't just have to be with one particular relationship. Like I said, this could be a collective energy. This could be multiple things in your life finally becoming more balanced and moving forward in a more progressive way. So it's wonderful news for Leo the next few days. Let's have a look at what's going on with your person. I'm so grateful for every few minutes they don't drill. Just so much easier to concentrate on the messages. Right, let's have a look. I do listen to what you say, and I try to find a solution within myself. See, isn't that a nice energy, Leo? That is an energy of cooperation, like I said. And so whatever area of your life it is at the moment that has been, you might say to me, Kerry, it's been every bloody area. But whatever area it has been in your life that's been, you know, all over the place and just so much going on, and, you know, you did the right thing, Spirit is confirming. You did do the right thing to just back off and observe and take your time and regroup and just, you know, go into your hermit mode. But there is a situation here that is basically meant for you. It's trying to align to you. It feels like there's a situation in your life that is beginning to really resolve. And this weekend could finally come together. You know, it really could finally come together. I feel like it will still be in the beginning phases, but it will be a very good beginning. Very good beginning. Like the best beginning you've had for a while, probably. And you've got here, your spirit guides are advising you, accept the situation as it is rather than fighting to change it. So some of you might think, well, I've already sort of, that's basically what I have been doing, you know, and it's like, well, Spirit is confirming. Spirit is confirming that that is what they're saying is the best thing to do. Accept the situation as it is rather than fighting to change it. Because why? Chariot card, spiritual initiation, progress. Spirit's got its own agenda for you. Spirit's got its own timeline for you. And that's why they're saying they didn't want you to resist things. Everything's moving forward as per your divine plan, and Spirit knew that the whole time. And now it feels like, Leo, you know that. You know it now, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm starting to see progress here, and now I realise why. Brilliant. Okay. Just gonna have a bit of my orange squash. Okay, so we're going to go into Aries. And if you hear some noises, I do apologise. It is because there's workmen outside my flat and they didn't warn me. Oh dear. Right, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. So all relationships start off with ourselves first, and you've been giving your relationship with yourself much more of a chance lately. And that's been very good news. It will have meant that now certain relationships in your life are, you know, you're starting to see that it was worth it. It was worth working on yourself and doing what you needed to do, because actually some relationships are improving for it. You know, Spirit didn't want you to necessarily cut a relationship off, because you know, it was more like that relationship was sort of like your guru to help you turn within and realise certain things you needed to get in touch with within yourself, and you're sort of doing that. You've done that. It's been very good news for you lately, and you know, you've realised so many things and you actually feel more excited about life again. You might feel a little bit babyish, or probably isn't the right word, but you know, you might feel a little bit like, oh, I don't know, overexcited at times, or a bit new, like, oh, I don't really know what I'm doing. But you are passionate. You do feel more enthusiastic now. You do feel more free. It has been a time of good news. This has been a good news time for you in terms of your spiritual involvement. You might be attracted to somebody, or they might be attracted to you. Now, you might be a bit tired at times. You have got the Ten of Wands here. You might feel like you're still having to carry a heavy load. And Spirit is suggesting there is something you could stop doing. And if you stop doing that thing, it will actually make things even easier for you. You don't have to carry this load. There is something you can drop. But the main thing is you're determined. You are determined, and you're going to be successful. And you're not that far off, really, in terms of success. You're not that far off. So you will get there. But Spirit's just saying you'd be less tired and you'd do better if there was something you could identify that you can drop doing. Now, your person, they've got the Sun card reversed. There's somebody here that's had a lack of clarity. They might have been quite secretive, or they might have had depression, or they might not have been able to see very clearly. They've got the Two of Wands. They're more confused about a situation. Not more confused, that's the wrong thing to say. They are confused about a situation, but what I think they're now realising is that the answer lies within themselves, and they've got to stop blaming other people. They've actually got to take responsibility and start manning up. Okay, so you know, because you can't carry all the burden, you can't carry all the loads, and I feel like you stepping back and saying, do you know what, I'm doing me, and I'm going to do this my way. I'm going to show the real me now. Because I haven't been showing the real me. I've been taking responsibility for everything, or I've been, you know, doing extra things that I just didn't really need to do. So I think there's such a turning point here for Aries in this soul family at the moment. And your person's going to be realising they've got their part to play in this, and they've got to stop being frightened. You know, they've got to start realising that it does take two, and they need to get more in touch with themselves and, you know, just flow with things more rather than sort of blocking things all the time. I'm waiting for us both to be ready. So yeah, there's been a lot of waiting around. There may still be a bit of waiting around, or a sense of like, sometimes they're giving you mixed messages, or sometimes they're being a bit confusing. And remember, when I'm talking about this, it doesn't have to be a lover, it could just be anyone. And it could even be a situation. I feel like this situation is still not 100% aligned to you, but I feel it's worth giving it a chance, because the first card is about giving this situation a chance. So whatever situation this is in your life, it might not even be a relationship, it is worth giving it a chance. I do think you've got a renewed sense of giving this situation a chance, because you've taken your time out and done what you needed to do. Well done. And I feel like this situation is starting to improve. It's not quite where you want it to be, but it's worth keep moving forward, because I do think somebody or something about this situation is going to start having some sort of breakthrough now at this time. And it's going to start aligning more to you. Your spirit guides are saying that you are overlooking someone important. Oh, it's the mouse. You're overlooking some important details, so pay closer attention to what is going on. Okay. Pay closer attention. Yeah, what is it that you can drop? What is it that you can stop doing? Because you've come into your own, and you've made a lot of realizations, but Spirit is saying there's probably still more. You know, there's probably still more realizations you can make, and the more you relax this situation, the more the other person or the other situation is going to step forward and step up a bit more, so that it's more of a co-creation. So something improving for Aries. And even if you haven't got the final results yet, Spirit is saying it's worth hanging in there. Okay. Right, we've got Sagittarius next. I think this is the longest readings I've ever done, because we've had drilling on and off all the way through from the builders that didn't warn me that they were going to start drilling right outside my front door. So they weren't in my good books. Oh dear. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So there's so much for Sagittarius in this soul family at this time that you are just releasing. You know, masses. And it's all going to help reveal to you who you really are and what is the life you really want. See what else we're getting. Oh, how funny. Oh, it's the same cards as Aries. You are probably attracted to somebody and they are probably attracted to you. There is something you need to stop doing. It's like you're trying to carry all the responsibility all the time and you've got to stop doing it. Okay, I'm going to pick another card because I just feel like that is the same reading, but it obviously probably makes sense for you. Oh, Page of Cups. Wow. Self-love. Self-love and just being you, being vulnerable. Looking at yourself and seeing who you really are. Not a character that you wish to play. Not a character that you wish everyone to see you as. But who you really are. The cute, the cute, vulnerable person you really are, you know. Or, you know, maybe you're not vulnerable, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's like, who are you really? This is the journey you're on. And it's so many breakthroughs at the moment. But there is something you need to drop. If you want to love yourself more, you've got to drop doing something. And I think it's something to do with carrying a load, carrying everybody else's load. Because you're underneath, your inner child is underneath, wanting your attention. Okay, and once you give that inner child attention, it starts to evaporate, because you're not really an inner child, but it doesn't just evaporate, it reveals to you, and you can see yourself more clearly. And then you can actually decipher whether situations are right for you or not. Somebody here is suppressing a lot. Somebody here might be sort of feeling like unconfident at the moment. They've got the Seven of Wands, which is a very confident card, and it's in reverse. This person is lacking confidence. They're frightened. They're worried. You've got the Temperance reversed. They're not feeling very balanced at the moment. They might be feeling like it's difficult to harmonise things with you. They might find it hard to apologise, or they might find it hard to heal themselves at this time. They're having a wobble. You know, and it's interesting because you've got the Page of Cups, which is quite a vulnerable energy, and it's a cute energy, but it's still quite vulnerable. So you can see how you sort of a match for this situation, because this is a situation that's quite vulnerable, or it's a person that's quite vulnerable. So you can see why you've attracted it. And there's a message here: I am at crossroads choosing which path to take. So there's somebody thinking, what shall I do? What shall I do? You know, your cards are all about self-love and being really authentic with yourself, and stop doing too much, or stop portraying a mask of who you are, and be more real with who you are. There's a lot of forgiving and learning going on. I feel like somebody is sorry, but they're struggling to be balanced at the moment. They don't have that much confidence, honestly. The period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing. There you go. I'll read that again. The period of darkness that you have been experiencing is now passing. There's been a lot of forgiving and learning, a lot of karmic stuff that was coming up that needed to be released. And so there's going to be an unveiling of this new you. It's not the new you, it's the real you that's been underneath the whole time. And that's what you're getting closer to discovering. And that's why it's going to be easy for you to drop certain things that you were doing, because you've actually got more self-love and kindness for yourself. I feel a situation needs a bit of healing here, and I think that'll be much easier to resolve and heal the more you love yourself, the more you get in touch with yourself and your truth, which I know is difficult, but Spirit's saying it's going to get easier now. So I know you probably want to slap me a bit, but I feel there's some things to iron out. But you can't go wading into that situation when you're emotional and reactive. You need to be really kind to your heart before you do and say things and make decisions, because, you know, don't just be reactive from that person you're portraying. Be reactive from the truth within your heart. Does that make sense? So I hope that does make sense, because there's quite a lot in that reading, really. But I am being shown somebody or a situation that's having a little bit of a wobble, and lacking confidence, and it's a bit unbalanced at the moment. But that situation or person, it should be really right for you, because that I see sensitivity there on both sides. So I wouldn't rush it. Okay, so that's the message. We're going to go into Scorpio next. I don't know if those guys have gone, because I had those guys drilling outside, but they've gone quiet for a few minutes. They did say 20 minutes, and it was actually about an hour they were doing it. That's my ego talking. Right, Scorpio. If there's any noise during this reading, I do apologise. There's builders around. Right, let's see what we get for Scorpio for the weekend ahead. Friday and the weekend. Oh, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Okay, so there might be some big changes going on for you in terms of your relationship with yourself, because all the relationship cards always start off with ourselves first. You know, and our relationship with ourselves is reflected then into other relationships. So you you're doing so much work on yourself, and that is really starting to make a positive impact on the relationships around you. You've got the Magician and the Emperor. My God, you're a force to be reckoned with over the next few days. You've been doing a great job of keeping your vibration higher, and you've also been more accepting of what Spirit brings you and realising to be grateful for what Spirit brings you, which is hard work when we don't really like sometimes what Spirit does bring us and it feels really painful and unfair. But somehow you've been able to resolve it and get yourself into a really good state of mind and be like, actually, like, maybe what is going on in my life right now is right for me. Maybe this is temporarily, this is kind of exactly what I need. And you've got the Emperor, and it's like Spirit is giving you confirmation that you are seeing things more rationally, you are being more clear, you know, you are being more mature. So you're actually like slaying it at the moment, I want to say. You really are, you're giving something a chance, okay? I think you're giving yourself more of a chance and you're seeing yourself a lot more clearly. But you are realising there's a certain situation in your life that you can now see it with more clarity and understanding, and it makes more sense. And you feel so much better in yourself anyway. Now, your person is going through some sort of conflict. They do need to sort of put something to bed. They need to kind of stop something and end it, but they tend to get quite stuck with that. They've got the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I feel like there's somebody here that is soon to make a decision, and I feel that decision will go in your favour. But the next few days, they might still be acting like, you know, I'm in or I'm out. This situation is for you, it's not. You know, they're sort of, they've definitely been stuck, and I feel like that could have been going on for a while. And if it's either a relationship or it's some sort of situation in your life that hadn't been moving forward, and I feel this is imminently moving forward now with that Death, Eight of Swords to the King of Swords. It's like imminently a decision or something is going to happen. And it's confirmed by this card. I am going through an awakening. So there are powers that be. Higher spiritual powers at force here, I think, at play. And there is something that is going to be cleared up very soon after a very obstructed karmic period of time. And you have raised your game significantly. You have not allowed this situation to put you asunder, you know, and you have risen. And that has just changed the whole game. Your spirit guides are saying, let yourself stand out and be noticed. Well, that's it. I think you do. I think you're showing who you are. You are standing in your power. You are owning your own energy. You've learned your relationship with yourself. And so something that has been stuck for a long time is finally going to be judged, and it's going to be worth everything you've done. All right. And so for some of you, that could be a relationship, and for others of you, it could be some other type of situation in your life that is finally going to shift, you know, and I'm pleased to see that. Very pleased. You're attractive at this time. You're very attractive. You've got the Queen of Wands there. Okay, let's go into Pisces next. Just have my orange squash. I'm getting more tattoos done tomorrow. Are they going to touch this one up because it's peeled off a little bit, so, and I'm going to get a couple more ones. But you won't be seeing them because they're on my legs. Maybe in the summer I'll stand back there and you can see what tattoos I've got on my legs. Well, I could post a picture, I suppose. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I'd do that, really. Only if I was dressed up nice, going somewhere. But it's freaking cold here now, so no one's going to be seeing my legs. Right, let's go into Pisces then. Hour and 20 minutes. This has taken ages, this video, because we had builders today out of the blue that didn't even bother to tell me, and they were drilling very loudly right outside my front door. So if you hear noise, I apologise. You've got the new love card, Pisces. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Now, all relationship cards start off with ourselves first. So you have found something within yourself here. It's a new love for yourself, and it's very important time for you. And you may be experiencing a new love, or a new love of something. Or you might be finding your current partner sees you differently in some way. Now, you've got here the Hermit to the Three of Pentacles. I'm going to pick one more card for you. Two of Pentacles. You're in a good position. I don't want to sound egoic, but you've taken your time. You've been quite private. You've done a hell of a lot of work in terms of like observing yourself, observing others, becoming more high vibrational, pulling back from stuff that doesn't feel aligned, understanding more about yourself, you know, and you're really now on the path. You've got the Three of Pentacles. You're really now flowing better, like with different parts of yourself. And it's like, yeah, I can get up in the morning and do what I need to do because I now do have clarity over how I'm living my life and who I am and how I go about doing things, you know. And it does feel like you're attracting the right people to work with in different areas of your life and just getting on better generally. Some of your relationships that may have got, you know, further apart because you've been busy doing this work on yourself, you might find some of your relationships coming back stronger at this time, which is nice. In its early days, really. You're still trying to get a healthy balance for yourself, and there's going to be things that you're realising now you want to even improve more, you know, and it's like, I actually really want to get this really locked down now into a more healthy place. You know, you might still feel a bit indecisive about something. Something could be, something could be stirring you up a little bit, but you're kind of knowing that there's pure potential in your life here at this current time, and you're knowing that you're more tuned into yourself and you're happy to spend time tuning into yourself before you proceed with things. And that's a really nice place to be, because you're not like a slave to anyone right now. You're actually tuning into you, tuning into spirit, and taking your time to make the right choices for yourself. And you kind of do know that there is infinite potential here. There's somebody that puts in a lot of work, and they could get fed up at times. Here, they might get a bit fed up, or they might get a bit bored at times, because they might just think, oh, you know, am I really getting the progress I want? That type of thing. They've got the Nine of Wands. Spirit is definitely telling your person to keep persevering. They do either have a lot of wounds, or they might tend to be somebody that just feels a bit tired. But honestly, this person is such a... They are a hard worker. This is somebody who does graft. And I don't mean necessarily in work. It could be in any area of their life. But they just look like they do persevere. They do work. They might not be the most emotional person. Okay? They might not be the most emotionally in touch individual. Okay? But this is somebody who is in it for the long haul. Okay? If you're not thinking about a relationship, then it's a situation in your life that is taking quite a lot of work and energy and time and effort. But again, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. So I feel there is some really good things happening here. There's definitely some sort of attraction between you and a person, or you and a situation. And it is the sexual card. I have a lot of sexual thoughts about you. But, you know, that could literally just be an energy. And it's like there is a magnetism between this situation and you, right? And you've had to do a lot of soul searching. You've had to do a lot of work. And now you've got clarity and you know who you are, and you're standing in your power and you're just doing things. And you don't have all the answers yet, but you do know who you are, and you know how to connect with spirit, and you're more focused. And now you're actually just tweaking things. You're just sort of tweaking the edges, if that makes sense. So there is something or a person that is meant for you here. It's worth persevering with it, is what I'm being shown. That's a message that's come out in a few of the readings about persevering with something. And it does feel like there's a renewed sense of love for life. Okay, I'm starting up again. I stopped and now I'm starting back up. Let's see what your spirit guides are supporting you with. We're nearly at the end now. I've only got Cancer to go. Weasel, be silent, pay attention, simply observe with your eyes, your ears, your physical feelings, what is happening inside and all around you. So spirit is helping you to weigh things up, to tweak things, to keep observing with that hermit energy that you've been using. You can read between the lines, is what they're saying. You can read between the lines. Somebody could be getting fed up, or they could be a bit dramatic, or they could be just a bit defensive. But I think there's going to be things that are revealed to you as long as you stay on track and you keep prioritizing your path. Yeah, I think in due course things are going to get revealed to you. So don't wobble at this time. You know, don't wobble at this time. Just keep doing what you're doing. You know, and it's like a new sense of love here for you, Pisces. So we're going to go into Cancer now. Cancer. Now, I've got builders outside. They may start making a noise. I think they're finishing up, but they did just drill. But I'm persevering because this is the nature of the matrix, isn't it? And our spiritual tests. So it's all right. I mean, they've got a job to do, bless them. They could have just knocked on my door first. That would have just been really appreciated. Right, Cancer. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So that is a very wide open message. And it could be meant in so many different ways. For some of you, you might be like, look, I do need to prioritise what's going on with my money and my life purpose at this time. For others of you, you know, you might have situations with different people where you have to kind of juggle financially and stuff like that. That your person could have their focus very much on their career at this time. So financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Okay, Cancer. Okay, you've got here the Six of Cups, which is a very innocent energy. It's kind of like a Cancerian energy, really. It's very sentimental. It's very cute. It's like feeling more loving to yourself. You're sort of starting to remember who you are, and that's all tying in nicely with your journey. It is like Spirit wants you to focus more. You know, in recent months, Spirit has kind of wanted you to focus more on, you know, building your life purpose up, or your abundance levels up, and, you know, working on your true nature and getting in touch with who you really are. So Spirit's been wanting you to kind of focus on those areas. And then meanwhile, there's this part of you that feels disappointed. You know, you've got the Five of Cups here. And, you know, you sort of feel disappointed because it's like, well, I haven't been getting all these things that everybody else has been getting. And Spirit is saying, yeah, but look behind here, there's 2 cups that you're just not even noticing. But I think you are noticing. I think you are noticing now the 2 cups. Because you've done this work, the 6 of Cups already, which is finding out who you really are. So it's like, oh, something finally coming together, because these 2 cards are sort of, they're sort of looking towards each other. Okay, and the 6 comes before the 5. I feel Cancerians in this soul family, it's like you are starting to realise this weekend why certain things didn't go how you wanted them to go, and it is all finally starting to make sense, and you're starting to realise how empowered you are, even though at the time it felt like a great loss, you know, and it felt really like a betrayal and harsh from Spirit. But you were sort of grieving. You weren't grieving. You weren't grieving the disappointments. You thought you were. You thought you were grieving the disappointments and the letdowns around love and things you hadn't been treated right and you hadn't got what you deserved. You know, you thought that's what the pain was about, but the pain wasn't about that. The pain was about the fact that you'd lost touch with who you really were. And now this weekend, I feel like Cancerians in this soul family, it's like such a beautiful awakening to who you are. And actually, you're not really that disappointed about the things that you thought you lost, because you're actually gaining so much more. So much more. Let's see what we're getting for your person. I mean, I feel like Cancerians in this soul family are literally stronger than ever before. And it's just, you are building such a solid path in front of you. But it's coming from the heart, not from ego. There is somebody here or a situation here that has been very cold, you know, and I want to say, it probably has felt like the general energies around you were very cold for quite a while. But it's turning into the Queen of Wands energy now. You are attracting abundance, money, life purpose. You are attracting somebody who is attracted to you. Okay, you are inspired by a situation in your life, and it's moving from a coldness to attraction and magnetism and alignment. It was always going to go in your favour, because you did the real work in the beginning by setting the tone and following your truth. That's the truth. 6 of Cups is the truth. And because you followed your truth, even though things were cold, it was always going to go in your favour in the end. But it's just been a long road. But it does look like now this is the turning point whereby you go from being sad, depressed, lost, confused, grieving, to like, oh my God, I get it now. I am stronger. I do know what I'm doing. This path ahead is more clear. I am actually getting something out of this that is perfect for me. I mean, and it's all making sense. There's somebody here or a situation here that is meant for you. It's attracted to you. That is the attraction card, Queen of Wands. Let's see what your person's thinking. Oh, there is somebody here saying, I am avoiding our connection. There's been that coldness. And I think as well, we have to remember the responsibility of ourselves, and that everything in our reality is our own mirror. you know, and it's like there's something very grounding happening for you where you're realizing that what you were manifesting was just because of what you were inside, and that you're coming to terms with that. And it's actually quite liberating to realize, you know what, I might not have what everyone else has, but what I have got is freaking amazing, and I am solid in myself. You are solid in yourself now, you know, and actually what you get now is actually meant for you and feels right for you. So the disappointments were fake, really. They were sort of like an inner child thing. Does that make sense? So now there could be somebody there that avoids your connection because they're so attracted to you. That can just be a side message as well. I just want to say that. Camel, trust that you have the resources to get through the challenges. Right, you have got the resources to get through the challenges. You are now realizing how resourceful you actually are with those 2 cups. You've gone into your heart. This is such a big time for Cancer in this soul family. I know it is because of what I'm going through at the moment and the awakenings I'm having. So you're about to come into more abundance. You're about to attract more. There is a turning point in the energy for you that is going from coldness and avoidance to attraction and inspiration and magnetism. So there is so much set here that's going to start improving now, because you finally understand a lot of things, and so now it makes sense that you can actually be happy with the things that you've got, and then they're just going to snowball. Do you see what I mean? It's going to snowball. So that's the message for Cancer. If you do like the deck I'm using, I'll just hold it up for you. It's this deck. I just switched to it. I'm quite excited to be using that deck. Haven't used it for about 2 years or 3 years, but I just bought the bigger version so I could use it. And if you want to book in for a reading, you're very welcome. Just contact me. All the information's below. And thank you for subscribing. Thanks for giving the video a thumbs up. I am sending you lots of love across Gaia. And thanks as well for being patient with all the drilling noises in the background. Oh dear, one of these days it's going to go nice and peaceful here. It's normally so peaceful here. This is why I like living here, because it's on the edge of the town and it's so peaceful. But with the builders the last 3 months, it's been hard, because we're used to peace and quiet here, and everyone's been finding it quiet, testing at times. But we're nearly there now, I think. Anyway, lots of love and peace to you for your weekend.